What is going on, guys? Welcome to the live stream. Smooth this down a little bit. There we go. We should be good right now. Awesome. Awesome to be back here with you guys. What's up? What's going on? What's up, Jay Pizzle? You're literally my first viewer, man. Thank you. Thank you for coming to the live. I just started a couple seconds ago, so appreciate everyone on here. We'll take a look at the markets, give you guys kind of an update. And I'll give you, this is going to be my honest first impressions here, because I haven't looked at the charts yet. So, you know, every time I go live, it's like I'm looking at the charts for the first time in a couple days. And yeah, I believe it's tomorrow, right? The FOMC meeting is tomorrow. Hearing most likely that we will get the rate cuts. And hopefully it's a good amount, right? I don't know what the probability is right now they'll get either 0.25 or 0.50. Hopefully it's 0.50 and above. We'll see. Add a sticker. What is that? All right. But shout out to all of you guys on here. Don't forget to like. We're gonna take a look at the crypto markets here and give you guys my honest opinion. What's going on? Last time I got banned here on TikTok, so hopefully it goes well this time, because I'm telling you, this account is it's on the edge. It's really on the edge. So I'm gonna be careful with what I say. It's just it's sad how strict TikTok is in comparison to other platforms, but you know, it's all good. I'll just be careful with certain things I say. But as you guys saw, right, that 21 MA was a beautiful bounce here on the weekly. So you bounced off that 21. And now we're starting to move up here. The question is, are we going to break through this wall? Because this is the big wall here. And I would expect us to get some pullback here. And then break it. All right, so we can definitely go higher, much higher here. And then get a pullback from this level, right? Somewhere in this level, probably get a pullback. I don't think we're going to get a big crash, but I don't see us breaking through this level on our first attempt here, for sure. But I'm still very bullish. This is a very bullish bounce here, right? You want to see this nice bounce here. I do think the low is in here for Bitcoin. But yeah, we're going to take a look at all your favorite coins, Shiba Inu, all your favorite coins here. Just giving you guys here an update on the market. Once we get to a couple thousand, I would say 1,000 likes. So don't forget to like. Alejandro says, yeah, bro, BitUnix, it's one of the best. Yeah. So, shout out to Alejandro. Thank you, bro. Yeah, I'll be in the pinned comment if you guys want to use it. Again, I'm trying to be careful with what I say here, because I got banned a bunch of times already. Just for saying like little things, like just it's just, it doesn't make any sense. I do mostly swing, but I do scalping sometimes here and there. I think scalping is like, it's really hard to get into scalping if you have a day job and you don't have a lot of consistency. But I do it here and there. But most of my all my trades right now are basically swing trades or like multi-month long-term trades, you know what I mean? So those are the kind of trades I'm in right now. I'm doing pretty good. Same, bro. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. I think swing trading is great for later on, but you know, once you're getting into trading, I would say swing to the multi-month trading, I think is the best with low leverage. So, you know, all my trades are 10x below 10x, 5x, 3x. So, and I'm still in all of them right now. I didn't get liquidated. I've been in them for like 2 months or a half. you know, over 2 months now. So I would say half of them I'm down, the other half I'm up. But, you know, as long as you know for the most part where we are going in the market, you should do good swing trading and multi-month, you know, long-term trading, that is. You just got to have a good outlook on the market. And hey, well, you know, once we get near the euphoria moment, this bull market, we'll be looking for shorts. So that's the beauty thing about trading. You can make money on the way down as well. Yeah, so tomorrow we're most likely going to get the rate cuts. I don't know what the probability is that we get 0.25 or 0.50. Hopefully it's 0.50. I think that'll be bullish for the markets. You know, I believe it'll be I honestly believe we'll see something positive come from that. But you know, I don't see Bitcoin breaking this in the first attempt. So we can definitely have a breakout tomorrow for sure if we have bullish you know, news, right? Like a 0.5 or something higher. And we could come up here to like 120 even, right? We can wick up here to 120, right? Boom. But I believe what's going to happen, we're going to see a wick back down and we're going to have a pullback back down to this level somewhere, right? Because, you know, there's a big wall here. There's a big level of resistance here. So I don't, usually we don't break it on the first attempt bouncing off that pullback. Usually it's on the second attempt, right? After you put in the higher low. So that's what I see. That's the price action that I see happening for Bitcoin. Again, it's going to seem like we broke it, right? If we really have a bullish, we can definitely go up there above 120, but I think it's going to be short-lived. And again, that's just my opinion. But I do think the probability here is that we put the low in. I mean, the low is in, I believe, right there in the 20. And when I was live streaming, I said, look, there's a high probability that the low could be in right here. I know it's fearful. I know a lot of people are saying we're going to go lower. But we're on the 21 MA, which is right there in blue, on the weekly. And we were extremely oversold here. Right now, this is the beauty thing right here, why I'm super bullish, is we were able to bring down that oversold stochastic to oversold levels on the weekly. That is huge. That is huge because last time we were this oversold on the weekly, guys, was right here. Right here. You guys remember that when Bitcoin dropped here to like 74K? Right there. So that was the last time that happened. So now we were able to bring down that stochastic down here while putting in a higher low. So it's not like we brought that stochastic down here to oversold the same level that I was back here at 74K. But, you know, we bounced off here and we put in a higher low right there at that 107 mark right there on the 21 MA. So there's a lot of bullish signs here. There's a lot of bullish signals here that we're getting. And, you know, this is a good thing to see here because now we can change that momentum and break out to the upside going forward. Is it bullish right away or will it drop first? If rates drop. Honestly, I think depending on what the rate drop is, it could be bullish right away. Right? If we get like a 0.5 and above, I think it could be the markets can react to that pretty well right away, in my opinion. Got my 100 likes out the way. Donald, thank you, bro. We're almost once we get to 2,000 likes, we'll do the crypto market update of the day, which I'll break down here, and I'll also cover all your favorite altcoins. So don't forget to like. We're almost at 2,000. So no, I haven't traded gold. Ada says 3.25. What do you mean by that? Smith says, really love your teaching. Can you be my mentor? I don't do mentorship yet, but you can join my group. I do have a group. You can find it in the description. You can check that out for sure. Where I do have a Discord. Thank you for the follows, by the way. All right, nice. We got 2,000 likes. Let's do the daily market update of the day here and see what coins are up, what coins are down. Right. Speaking about Pulse Chain, the Hex is up here. This is the top 200. I think. What is that? E-Hex? Never heard of that before. But crypto market update of the day. We see which coins are up here on the daily. Pump fund down, but again, pump is up a ton. If you guys remember a month back, I told you guys I was taking a risk and I bought a ton of pump. I'm up a lot ever since I bought, so I'm happy with that. Down 9% today, but again, I'm up a ton on that coin. IMX is up again. I think IMX is a great gaming coin. It's basically a gaming coin that is trying to bring gaming to build gaming on Ethereum, which is the biggest altcoin out there. So I think there's a lot of value in that. So IMX is up here on the day. MYX and MNT up here 8%, right? So, you know, for the most part, the market is overall, you know, it's pretty decent here on the day here. Filecoin is up 6%. So, I mean, this is great to see how the market's starting to move up here. Bitcoin at 116. And honestly, we haven't, you know, we're not at the point of explosion yet. I think we're definitely gonna get there. But before we even get there, I think Bitcoin is gonna move up big. Altcoins are gonna move with it, just like how it's been here slowly. But when you see altcoins really take off, it's gonna be when Bitcoin starts to chop out a little bit and pull back again. Right. So look, my overall summary of what I believe will happen in the future is I believe Bitcoin is gonna make a major move again. Possibly going to 140, 150, and even 180 or even 200K. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin hits 200K this cycle. But as Bitcoin is making that major move again, there's going to be points where Bitcoin pulls back or chops out, kind of like what it's been doing here ever since reaching the top, the previous top. You're going to start to see altcoins really take off when that happens, right? It's like altcoins are catching up with Bitcoin. So, I mean, that's my overall summary for what I see happening going into 2026. Can you do AVAX? Yeah, let's check out a lot of your favorite coins. I know you guys want me to check out your coins, so we'll check out here AVAX the first. Man, if you guys are OGs, if you guys are here the last streams here, the last weeks that I was live streaming, and I told you guys AVAX is going to reach 30 bucks. Even if you go here on my videos, I posted a video called my top 3 altcoins I'm bullish on, and AVAX was one of them, as the AVAX was around here like 24, 25 bucks, 20 around there. And we can see we're already at 30 bucks here. So the next target is around 35. So I'm very bullish on AVAX. I think this is a very undervalued coin. I think it's going to continue that momentum to the upside, especially if you look right here on the monthly. That stochastic is starting to come out of oversold territory. You see that? This is on the monthly. So on the monthly, it's pretty big. We're starting to come out of oversold territory. We're getting that curve back up. Now we got all this space to come back up here to oversold, to overbought. So AVAX is looking really primed here to continue that momentum to the upside here. 35, 50 bucks. Again, 50 bucks is the main resistance level. You see right here, we got a lot of resistance here. I would expect another resistance level here, possibly hit 50 bucks and maybe pull back to 40 or something, and then break that, and then the next level is like 73. Okay, so pretty bullish on AVAX going forward. Thank you guys again for all the likes. We got over 50 people. This is awesome to see. If you're new here, by the way, definitely follow. I do these crypto live streams all the time. Can you explain why you think the cycle will go into 2026 when previous cycles never lasted that long? That's a great question. So a lot of people are asking me why I believe this cycle is going to go into 2026. So look, we're taking this one day at a time, right? If we get a huge explosion in Bitcoin's at 150K, 180K, 200K in November or December or something like that, and it's just this mass explosion, it's like we're just super accelerated, right? Q4 2025, there's a big chance that the top could be in 2025 Q4. But if not, right, if we're like a 140K, 150K, and all coins are catching up, but they're not exploded yet, then I believe we can have a scenario where possibly Q1 or even Q2 could be the best times to sell in 2026. And a big part of that too is Bitcoin breaking the previous all-time highs here. below the halving, right? In this cycle being more methodical, moving up here with Bitcoin and altcoins still. A lot of, you know, big altcoins too, right? I'm not talking about the lower cap altcoins. Because you guys got to understand, there's going to be a lot of altcoins that do not break all-time highs. There's going to be a lot of them. So what you got to be looking right now is investing in the altcoins that, based on the charts, most likely will break all-time highs. Okay. Thoughts on the Base airdrop? I don't know. I have to look into that. You know, I was kind of surprised that Base is going to have a coin now. So, I mean, that's pretty big. I thought Base wasn't going to have a coin, but apparently they are now. I don't know how their airdrop is going to be based on. But hopefully it's fair, right? Hopefully it's fair. And what I see happening tomorrow, obviously they're going to probably cut the rates. The question is it going to be, you know, what's going to be the schedule for it and the amount of rate cut that they have? Is it 0.25, 0.5? Hopefully it's 0.5. I think that'll be bullish in the market. And I believe the market will react well if it's 0.5, honestly. I think people have to be very selective with their altcoin choices because I really don't see altcoins puppy like they used to. Yeah. I mean, I would say there'll be a lot of altcoins that won't break all-time highs for sure. So you got to be very selective. Okay, guys. So don't be in here's the thing. You're still gonna see like Polygon, you know, you're still gonna see a lot of these altcoins pump, and people are gonna get excited holding on to them, thinking they'll break all-time highs, but based on the charts, there's a big chance that they won't break all-time highs, right? Especially based on the supply and everything. There's a lot of inflation, for the, you know, a lot of these inflationary-based coins. Do you think it's priced in already? So we see a liquidity sweep tomorrow? Yeah, that's a great question right there about Captain. Yeah, we can have a sell the news event tomorrow. So, well, what can happen? Like I said, either way, like we can have a. You know, we can have a scenario where we do pump up, right? Maybe it's 0.5 rate cuts and we do pump up. And you know, based on what Powell says, he's also hinting on another rate cut in November or December. And we see this massive move up, right? And, you know, but then we wick back down and we're coming back down. I don't see us breaking and holding this on the first attempt. So I could see a scenario like that. Or, you know, we might come up here slowly and then break to the downside. And come down here, right, to put in possibly a higher low, okay, a higher low. But I see a very I believe that this is the bottom right here. I do believe that the high probability is that this is the bottom, and if we do pull back, we'll most likely put in a higher low, okay, somewhere if we do have a big pullback. Or just based on my opinion, we were able to bring that stochastic again on the weekly, all the way down here to overbought. Now we're starting to curve back up, but you know, you can see right here on the weekly too that 21 MA here, which is in blue, is where we bounced off of. So I mean that's very bullish here. Looking out here on the weekly, and you know, on the monthly, you know, this month we might have the biggest monthly closing ever in Bitcoin. You can see this is just a massive reversal right here for Bitcoin. So we have 14 days left. If I believe this is going to be a big point of control. So we might pump up, and then towards the end of the month, we might kind of fight around here around 115, 116, 115 level. But, you know, if we're able to close above this, I think that's going to be very bullish too, right? As we're above it right now. So, bro, there's no crypto. Buddy, I never said when did I say the top isn't December? Okay, I never said the top can't be in December. There's obviously a big chance the top could be December, January, which will actually be identical to Trump's first term, right? When his first term, the crypto market was just booming in 2017, and then the top was like January or December of 2017 or January of 2018. Right, that was Trump's first term. So I mean, there's a lot of similarities to that first term that he had. So thank you, Rob. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for the follows. I'm on TradingView. Yeah, I'm on TradingView right now. Long time no see. What's up? Yeah, man. I've been off for a little bit. I hope markets dump heavy this week. You want markets to dump heavy? I mean, I've been buying here. I've been buying every single day, to be honest. I just haven't been buying a ton, but I've been, you know, accumulating chunks here and there. Can you please do a video on how to transfer Kraken current crypto to your laptop using Ledger Cold Wallet? Okay, so you want one specifically for Ledger? What are my thoughts on Shiba? Let's take a look at Shiba again. I haven't taken a look at Shiba in a while. I still hold my Shiba. I'm very bullish on it. Honestly, my thoughts on Shiba. I'm still very bullish on Shiba. I think this is basically an inverse head and shoulders right here for Shiba. Okay, I don't know if you can see it right here on the weekly, right? Boom. So I believe this is an inverse head and shoulders that is slowly playing out, and once it does play out, it's gonna really it's gonna move up. So I'm bullish on Shiba. You just gotta be patient with this coin, and you gotta understand, right? You gotta understand this coin. It's not gonna take off until until Bitcoin takes off again, and the overall market takes off. But you know, Shiba, as you can see right here on the monthly, we pulled back here to basically build this strength and kind of think of it kind of like a catapult, right? Kind of like a catapult strength here to catapult us into new highs. And this level, this point of control level, is that bear market resistance level. So, you know, you can kind of see like the same amount of time that we couldn't break through this in the bear market is the same amount of time that we're building support here in the bull market. So I'm bullish on Shiba. It's just you can also see right here on the monthly, which this is very bullish here in my opinion. It's very bullish to see coins like this because you can see how oversold we are on the monthly. Okay, we're extremely oversold, but we're putting in a higher low. So this is actually bullish divergence here because we're putting in a higher low. And this is on the monthly, so it's going to take a little bit to play out. But when it plays out, it's going to be huge. We're putting in a higher low. But here we're putting in a lower low. You see that? So that's hidden bullish divergence on the monthly for Shiba Inu. So again, you just got to be patient with this coin and accumulate if you're bullish on it. Yeah, very oversold. Yeah. Yeah, I think IMX is a great coin. It's, again, IMX, if you're looking to get into, you know, diversify into crypto gaming, IMX is a coin that's building on Ethereum, you know, one of the biggest altcoin out there. So it's building gaming on Ethereum. So instead of having a layer 1 to itself, it's working on the biggest altcoin out there. So I think there's a lot of value in that. Thank you, Ra. Thank you, man. I'm happy you're still here, bro. Thank you. Steven says Ledger is not good. Ledger is not open source. Again, like all the cold storage wallets I recommend are all in my link bio. I like Trezor, and you can use my link in my link bio, and also like what is it called, the Keystone. That's one I've been using. I'm loving that one. And they're both open source. I do have Ledger and I do have Tangent, and they're not open source, but I don't hold a ton of crypto on there. Yeah, I mean, the thing about Ledger, you know, apparently it's 95% open source. I don't know what that means, right? Well, what is that 5% that's not open source? But you just got to make sure not to click that Ledger recover or whatever it's called, where you're giving them your keys. Just don't click that. Don't use that, because you're ultimately giving them your keys, right? So, yeah. So a lot of you guys are asking for a Dogecoin. You know, I'm hoping for 0.5, but if we're bearish, you know, if we're on the low side, you might do 0.25. We'll see. I think 0.5 will do the markets will react pretty bullishly. So Dogecoin, I told you Dogecoin was looking good, and apparently I think an ETF is coming out for Dogecoin, right? What did I tell you guys at the beginning of the year? This is Dogecoin's positive year, right? Hey, look, I'll leave you my link for Trezor, because I do have Trezor. I do think Trezor is great. So I'll leave you my link right here for Trezor and also Keystone as well. Again, I like both because they're open source and they're pretty they have a pretty good user interface, to be honest. So I'll leave you my link right here. This is the official Trezor. And I'll also leave you my link here for Keystone. So definitely check them out. Those are the two that I recommend the most. Keystone and Trezor. So look, Dogecoin, guys. Dogecoin is my second biggest holding. It's a very special coin to me because it was my first crypto I bought back last cycle. And now I have even more, much more than I did last cycle, and I'm really happy with that because it has one of the most bullish charts out there, right? And I do believe Dogecoin is going to really put in some new all-time highs here above $1. Okay, I mean, like I said, my target here for Dogecoin is it's from 160 to like 230 to 220 around there. Right, I believe depending on where the market is, if we're in that zone, I'm gonna be selling most of everything. Yeah, I heard about the Nano S. Yeah, you definitely don't want to get those old Ledger models either. Even for Trezor, you don't want to get the old Trezor model either. But look, you can see how bullish Dogecoin is based on the fib levels right here. We got that beautiful bounce on the 618 right there. I was buying a ton right here. And we got, look at that. We got a beautiful bounce right there. And now look, now we're working our way up here to put in a new high. Right? We put in a new low, a higher low. We're going to put in a new high very soon. So Dogecoin, you know, let it be what's coming for altcoins. This is the perfect chart on what's coming for altcoins. We're just gearing up here for explosion mode. Okay. And like I said, Dogecoin is going to be the first meme coin to have an ETF. You can also see how oversold we are on the monthly. Look at that. We're extremely oversold. So we got a long way to come up here to get back to overbought. So I think Dogecoin is still pretty undervalued here, and it hasn't really exploded yet. Look, for Shiba to hit a penny, I think it will take a lot. It will take them to burn all the. It's possible, of course, but it will take them to burn a ton of their coins. So they'll need Shibarium to find a mechanism, to create a mechanism to burn a ton of Shiba Inu coins. Yeah, Crypto Dad is pretty good. He does a lot. I actually watch him every time I get like a wallet. I watch him on how to set it up and everything. He's pretty good, and how to transfer too. Yeah. NW, what's up, bro? Thanks for coming to my live stream. Crypto is fun for now, but it will enslave humanity in the long run. But what do I know? I'm just a stranger on YouTube. I definitely agree, Steven. I definitely agree for sure. Universal Blessings. When will you make a video on how to... Oh, yeah, I read that, yeah. How do you put these fibs on your chart? Great question. I'll show you. Thank you, Nizzle. Thank you for the flowers, bro. Yeah, look, I teach my way of putting fibs, right? I have my own settings and everything. You can check that out in my link bio. But basically, you know, I put it from the previous bottom. Right, I put it from the previous bottom to the previous top. And then boom. Again, my Fibonacci levels might be different. The settings might be different, but you can kind of see right here. Right, that was the top back in 2021. That's really how I use it. There's a lot of people that use it differently. They might use it, you know, going forward. Maybe getting the top to the bottom, and you can kind of see right here too that's 1618, but I find it more accurate using the other way. Eric, thanks for coming to the live stream. It's awesome to have all you guys on here. We got over 20 people. Don't forget to like. You guys are amazing. And again, guys, I promise you, I'm going to be here throughout the whole bull market, live streaming, keeping you guys up to date, giving you guys my honest opinion, which again, nothing here is financial advice. It's just my honest opinion. But I'll just share my thoughts on the market. I'm still extremely bullish on the market. I think this is gonna, I think this bull market basically is like a slow snowball effect, right? It's like it's going down the hill, but it's like it's accelerating and accelerating. I think that's what this bull market, it's really what it's been. And I believe we're gonna reach that fast full acceleration mode very soon. So you want to be focused for the next coming months. You want to be heads on focus here, because you can make life-changing money. That's honest truth. What do you mean the wave lines? What do you mean by that? Louis, one of the best traders out there, guys. You're missing out if you're not following. Ra, thank you, man. Thank you for the comment. Shout out to Ra. Thank you. And thanks for still being on here on my channel. I really appreciate it. Marco, I'm doing great, man. How about you? Thank you for the heart. Well, I'm doing all right. I've been off the last couple weeks for certain reasons, but I watched Crypto Dad, but he hasn't done cracked. Oh, he hasn't done cracking yet. Can you please check out Sol, ETH, and XRP? Yeah, I'll check out all your favorite coins. We'll take a look here at Solana first here. Ron says, what's up, Louis? My grandson, Romeo, 8 years old, saved $100 and purchased Dogecoin. Can you give him a shout out? Yeah, huge shout out to Romeo. Shout out to Romeo for purchasing Dogecoin. His first Dogecoin purchase of $100. Man, shout out to Romeo. And that $100 it's gonna go up very soon. Let me tell you that. So shout out to Romeo. Steven says, I agree, and it's going to be over so fast. So altcoin season that. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are saying possibly a blow up top. Again, it's very, this bull market, it's very similar. We look at 2017 bull market with Trump's first presidency, and we saw his first term, the first year, the crypto market's just been going up. It's been going up, and then it topped out December and January 2018. So we see something very similar, right? But I do think there's a possibility we can top out here in 2026 Q1, maybe even Q2. But depending where we are Q4 this year, you definitely want to take profits, of course. I think we're going to probably be much higher than where we are right now in Q4. But it doesn't mean that's the top, right? It doesn't mean that's the absolute top. Thank you for the gifts. Shout out to Marco here on TikTok. The one that's different colors and the yellow one on top means the one that's different. Are you talking about this one? Was this the one you're talking about? That one's moving averages. Give me a time frame when you'll make the video. Honestly, I just have to probably like maybe in a week, because I just have to find a way to do it with a Ledger, like to set it up to film a Ledger. So maybe less than that. Okay, but I'll definitely add to that to my list for sure, man. Because I use Ledger and Kraken, so I feel you, and I definitely know how to send money through it. So I'll definitely put that on my list, and hopefully less than a week I'll get out for you. So look, Solana's looking, it's looking primed to break all-time highs. You can see very bullish bounce here. It's just super bullish, man. I mean, what can you say right here, right? You can see how, it's bullish because when Solana came up here, right, we got overbought. We got overbought right there. And we pulled back to that same support level. And we brought that oversold on the monthly all the way down to oversold. The stochastic down all the way to oversold. So the fact that Solana can do that and not drop all the way down here, right back to 30 bucks or something crazy like that. But the fact that Solana can, you know, pull back, hold a significant level of support, and bring down that stochastic here to oversold is very healthy. It's very bullish, because now we're primed to just break through those all-time highs and go into price discovery. I believe that the number one signal is going to be Ethereum first, so I think it's going to be Ethereum first. But very, very soon after, you're going to see Solana. And what did I say to you guys? For all you guys that are OGs here, that have been following me here for months, I've been telling you guys, AVAX. Well, I told you guys Cardano first. When Cardano was around like 60 cents, I told you Cardano was going to start to move first. And it did, to 90 cents plus. Then I told you AVAX is going to start to move. And this was back when AVAX is around 20 bucks. And we can see AVAX is 30 bucks now. So you're starting to see these layer ones starting to slowly catch up, right? They're not making headlines out there. They're not, you know, people aren't going crazy about them, but they're slowly catching up here, and very soon they're going to take off even more. So I told you want to focus on these layer ones, because they're the ones that are going to move first here before these other lower cap altcoins and in the tokens will start to move. Thanks, man. He got a kick out of it. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks for giving me a time frame regards of transfer, Kraken, and Ledger. Thanks, G. Anytime, and I'll definitely do that video for sure. Can you also add to your list on how to calculate step-by-step how to use Coinly of sending crypto you owe by tax? Coinly, oh, that's like a tax software for crypto, right? So you want me to add how to calculate step-by-step using Coinly? Like how to use the software? Dogecoin, yeah, I got you. I did Dogecoin earlier, but I'm guessing you just came in now. Again, Dogecoin, very bullish. It's my second biggest holding. So, you know, it's my second biggest holding for a reason. Very bullish chart. You want to invest in coins that have a bullish chart like this. Regardless, you know, I know Dogecoin is a meme coin and this and that, but the charts don't lie, right? The charts don't lie. And this is a very bullish chart, especially when you see this pullback to the 618 and you see like all these wicks down here, wick. But we just bounce off the 618. And wow, shout out to Gav's dad. Thank you so much for the heart. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Always giving me the gift goes here on TikTok. Shout out to Gav's dad on the comment section. Thank you, bro. Anytime 132. And again, look, my targets for Dogecoin, guys, my realistic targets, 160. So I'm very positive that Dogecoin will break $1. I'm very positive that will break $1. So 150, 160 to like 230. This is my realistic sell zone on where I see Dogecoin possibly topping out. But again, there's a crazy scenario where Dogecoin can possibly go up here to the, you know, the 618, this, you know, around 440, 420, something around that. But that's the less probability scenario, right? It's gonna take a lot for something like that to happen, but we'll see. Anything is possible. I mean, just think about it like that, right? If you would have seen people telling you that Dogecoin was gonna go to 73 cents the next year when it was around, you know, 0.0028, right? Less than 1/4 of a penny, right? If you heard people are saying like Dogecoin, it's gonna go to 73 cents, you would have said you're out of your mind, right? You would have said you're insane, and it did that. So, you know, you don't want to underestimate exactly how high we can go here, but you want to take profits on the way up there. That's why Fibonacci. That's why I come live here and give you guys here these targets, because you want to make sure you take those profits. Rate cut gonna pump the market, then have a pullback. Yeah, I mean, I think that's my prediction too. I think we can pump the market and then pull back. All right, I think that's the scenario here for Bitcoin. Hey man, can you take a look at RSR and targets you see? Yeah, RSR is still one of my favorite bullish coins. I think this is a coin worth looking into. There's a lot of big people behind this coin. And we can see the charts. The charts are pretty decent, right? And we can see that we've been consolidating here, right? We've been staying flat here, but ever since the bear market bottom, we've been in this nice uptrend. We've just been flat here for the last coming months. And you know what that's been able to do is basically reset that monthly stochastic to oversold. So I mean, like I say this all the time, a bullish signal is that when a coin is in this uptrend, right, and it's in this uptrend right here, and it pulls back, but it holds a critical point of control like this. It doesn't dump. It's not like a pump and dump, right? When a coin's able to hold a critical point of control support level like that, while resetting that stochastic to oversold, I think that's a very bullish signal. And RSR is doing exactly that. So, you know, in terms of price targets here to take profits, obviously the all-time high, right, of 12 cents. I would say the next big target is around 13, 14 cents. And then after that is 23 and then 40. Well, not 23, my bad. It's 0.04, right? So what was it? 0.13, 0.23, 0.41. And the top was around 11 cents. So, I mean, there's a chance that the top could be around, it could reach around 38 cents or something like that. 38 to even 63. So, I mean, that's still a long way up there, right? I'm talking about that last euphoric moment here for this coin. So, I think red cuts is a sell the news event and bearish short term because we already priced in. You think so? So you think we'll pull back? Again, I think there's a lot of scenarios. I believe that we won't break the bottom here. Right? I know some people believe we'll break the bottom and come down here to like not back to 100K, but I believe the high probability is that we will, if we do pull back, we'll put in a higher low, right? And then break this wall here, you know, around 120, right? You got to understand here on the weekly that 120, there's a lot of, this is the wall that we need to break and hold on the weekly, right? Once we break this on the weekly and we close above it, we're really, I mean, we're gonna really move up big. So on the that's on the weekly. On the monthly, so far we're getting a full reversal here, right? We never closed above 115 on the monthly, believe it or not. So I believe we can definitely shoot up to like 120 or something, and then later on towards the end of the month we can pull back to like 115 or something and kind of play around with this area, right? Something like that can happen for sure. But on the monthly, we're looking extremely bullish, especially if we close above here, above 115 600 levels. So pretty good. Can you see Sui? Take a look at Sui. I have been buying Sui. I increased my Sui bags. I'm bullish on it. We can see right here Sui. I think Sui, it's one of the most bullish coins out there, fundamentally and based on the charts, right? I think this coin is just getting ready to break out of this consolidation zone here, this, you know, asymmetrical pendant to the upside, right? And when I get my measured move here, you know, when I get my measured move here for Sui, you know, that brings us to like 115, 116, 117 area. I'm not saying that that's the top, but that is over time I see Sui getting to a minimum 15 bucks, which is not too crazy, right? But it's one of the most bullish charts in my opinion. And again, you know, one from 15 to 24 to even 62 could possibly be the top for Sui. You think Dogecoin can, I want to say immediately, but I do believe over time, yeah. And like I've been saying, guys, the number one thing I've been saying this since before the year started. I told you guys, Dogecoin is gonna get an ETF this year because it's its year, right? It's its positive year. Dogecoin. I made so many videos and content on that, and very soon you're gonna hear the news. Dogecoin is gonna be the first meme coin to get an ETF. It's gonna be crazy. Let's check out some. I think someone's asking for Jasmine. Jasmine is another coin I do have. I have been buying. I'm not gonna lie. I do have like a moon bag on Jasmine. Now again, I don't think Jasmine will break its previous all-time highs of like $1 or something, but it doesn't mean Jasmine can't take off, right? I think Jasmine can give you some big X's. Honestly, I think what Jasmine is just doing is consolidating here in this pendant to then break above that previous support that it had, right? So we had to fill in this gap, right? Before Jasmine was above here, there was just this huge gap down here that Jasmine had this God candle here, which is a good sign for Jasmine. And now we broke through that. We're building support in this gap before we come back up. So I am bullish on Jasmine for sure. And you can also see right here on the weekly, right? Well, actually let me see, on the daily, I believe. Yeah, on the daily, we're getting that bullish divergence right there. So very soon, I believe Jasmine is going to break above here, above that 0.21. And based on the structure, I see it. I mean, I see a Adam and Eve bottoming pattern, right? So I see kind of like an Adam and Eve bottoming pattern here for Jasmine. So overall, I'm bullish on Jasmine. I just don't think it'll go back to like $1 or something crazy like that. XCN, ICP, Anchor. Okay, let's do I think you asked me for Anchor first, right? We'll do it in order. And shout out to, if you guys are new here, don't forget to follow. We also have a free Telegram in my link bio. You guys can join. We go over 1,000 people. So Anchor, let me see if there's a better chart here for Anchor that shows the full history. The full history here. Let me see USDT. Okay, I guess this card. I guess this will work. So I mean, it's not a good sign here that Anchor broke its previous low here from 2023. So we really need to hold this level, right? This is definitely not a good sign. So I mean, with this in mind, I would even say to just hold out on the Anchor right now. I would be careful buying this coin because we can, we basically put in a new low here. We can definitely drop lower. So what I would say is wait out a couple weeks, maybe 2 weeks, and see if this is on the weekly, right? If we wait out 2 weeks, if you can kind of see it slowly moving up here, then that's more certain that we're kind of building an inverse head and shoulders. And it's safer to get in there, because if you get in now and the market pulls back, we can definitely put in a new low, and this can fall hard. So I would say it's kind of it's kind of bearish, to be honest. But if you wait it out, if it does start to put in a new high here, then we can definitely have a new recovery here back to like 0.02 or something. So just wait it out. Just wait it out, because this can is going to tell you what's going to do in the next 2 weeks or so. I think, what was the next coin? XCN, right? XCN. Shout out to all you guys on here. Thank you guys so much for the likes. We're almost at 10K. Universal Blessing says Dogecoin should get an ETF in November 12th. Wow. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Thank you. Shout out to Gav's dad. Thank you. So, yeah, I mean, XCN, it's just been in this massive drop here ever since the massive pump. Well, I wouldn't say a massive drop. It's just been kind of in this asymmetrical pendant. But it hasn't been a pump and dump, right? I don't see XCN dumping down here back to these lows. I see it putting in a higher low right here, right? So I still think it's in this asymmetrical pendant, and I believe it's putting in a higher low here to possibly, right, if you start to see a big move here, at least next month, because I don't think this is going to move up exactly when the market moves up. So we might close out here, and then next month we see a big move here breaking out of this pendant. That could be the start of that pivot back to, you know, the previous highs here for XCN. And you can kind of see how this pullback we've been bringing down that stochastic RSI on the monthly, and also on the weekly we're oversold. So I wouldn't say, you know, this is a bearish coin. I would say that this is just consolidating here, pulling back, but still not pumping and dumping, right? This is not a pump and dump. It's just consolidating sideways here and pulling back to these levels. So, you know, I still have my XCN from down here when I bought. I'm still holding down on it. I think this coin can definitely go much higher. So, what's up, Mike? Susanna, don't worry. I'll check out ENA. Just please don't spam. I think ICP, right? Someone asked for ICP. You guys been killing it, by the way. Thank you guys so much for subscribing and liking the live stream. ICPs have been extremely slow here, right? We actually broke out of this ascending channel, right? We broke out of this ascending channel slightly, but we haven't put in the new low here for ICP. So it can be kind of deceiving here, right? It can kind of make you feel like ICP is gonna go lower, but I don't believe ICP will drop down drastically. I think we're closer to the low than what most people think, right? So I believe we can possibly put in a higher low right here and then start pivoting to the upside pretty soon. Okay, so I'm bullish on ICP. I don't think this coin is going back to all-time highs like Jasmy is, but it can definitely give you some big X's here, going back to 20 bucks plus. So I just don't think it's gonna go back to, like, you know, 100 bucks plus or something like that. But again, it's a slower coin, just like Jasmy. It's gonna react. It's gonna react after the market really takes off, just kind of like it did right here when the ICP started to take off. Here was the altcoins, and Bitcoin was way ahead before ICP started to wake up. So it's kind of doing the same thing now. But I'm bullish on it. I do hold a little bit of ICP. I'm bullish on Jasmy. I think Jasmy is, if you're just tuning in, I just covered Jasmy. But honestly, I've been buying Jasmy. I've been accumulating. I think Jasmy just came down here to fill in this gap. We're building support here. And now we're going to get ready to go back here above that support level, which Jasmy lost right there, right? But I see this as a Adam and Eve bottoming pattern, right? I see this as being a possible Adam and Eve bottoming pattern for Jasmy to come above here. So I'm bullish on Jasmy for sure. All right, ENA, Proppy. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to cover all your favorite coins, so just stay patient. Can you look at Supra? All right, let's take a look at ENA. I think last time I looked at ENA, it was looking pretty bad, to be honest, but we'll see how we changed here. And is there like a good chart here for ENA? This is the chart. Is there a longer chart for ENA, or maybe Bitfinex? Yeah, I just want to make sure I see the full chart here for ENA. I guess KuCoin. Nope, not even KuCoin. Okay, Gate.io right here, I think. Yeah, Gate.io. Final. I guess it's the same, whatever. Yeah, I mean, the ENA, yeah, it's looking pretty good. All right, I guess it's a coin that came out in 2024. We can actually go to the... Yeah, so I mean, we're starting to come up here to a lot of resistance levels, so you can kind of see how we're kind of wicking there and coming back down, wicking. So there's a lot of resistance here, so just be careful going all in right now. But this is a good chart for the most part here on the monthly. On the weekly, you can kind of see how we're getting some resistance, right? We're extremely overbought on the weekly, so most likely we'll pull back slightly. Heck, we can even pull back here to like 47 cents, 48, 47 cents. Put in a higher low right before we really move up here. So I mean, that's a scenario that can happen. So don't be scared if we do pull back heavy for ENA to like 48, 50 cents around this level. But it's not looking too bad, right? It's been recovering here. It's just been getting a lot of resistance here, and it's gonna get a lot of resistance because it's not gonna break through this on the first attempt. So we're gonna have to pull back first. So almost at 10,000 likes. Chainlink. Let's take a look at Chainlink real quick. 23 bucks. Honestly, Chainlink, I think this coin is super underrated. We're gonna see Chainlink 30 bucks very soon, just like AVAX. So yeah, honestly, I think Chainlink's a great deal under 30 bucks. Right? You can kind of see that monthly hidden bullish divergence starting to play out right there for Chainlink. And we're starting to come up here. We're gonna break that body close right here, which is around, what is it, like 25 bucks. We can definitely break that this month, honestly, right? If we come up here towards the end of the month. But once we break above 25 bucks, we close above 25 bucks on the monthly. That's gonna be the biggest monthly closing for Chainlink since 2021. So you can kind of see that we have bullish divergence on the monthly, which plays out. It takes a little bit to play out, but it will play out big. This is one of the most certain coins that I know will move up big, right? I'm very bullish and confident that Chainlink is going to continue this uptrend. And you can see right here with all these pullbacks to that 618 level. You can also see here on the moving averages. You can see how we pull back here to the 50 on the weekly. The latest pullback, we pulled back here to that 50, the 25 right there. All right, boom. So back here, we had a resistance on the 25, on the 21 right there at 17. We pulled back to 618. Then we pulled back, and now we're making that 25 and 50 MA support. And now we're on the upside. So I believe Chainlink is going to continue this uptrend. All right. Eric says, are we now in a downtrend because I see the prices are lower than a few days ago? For which coins? Thank you guys for the gift. Shout out to Angela. Thank you for the heart. And we almost got 10,000 likes. We got over 50 people on here. Amazing. I'll check out Proppy here for you. Proppy, honestly, looking pretty bad, to be honest. Not saying this coin can recover, but we are in this massive downtrend here for Proppy, and you know, the good thing here is that we're not here near that April low. But since then, I mean, we started coming down here. I mean, we're in this massive downtrend, but the question is, if Proppy puts in a higher low, where would it be, right? Is this the higher low that the Proppy's putting in? We're extremely oversold here. So my honest thoughts on Proppy, honestly, you know, this can be definitely a coin that recovers, that puts in a higher low here. Just my honest thoughts is you want to kind of make sure, if you want to be on the safe side, you want to wait to see it confirm that higher low. right? And the way you wait for that is through time. So right here we're on the weekly. Maybe you wait 2 more weeks, and these 2 weeks we're, you know, putting in some new highs here, starting to move up, right? So I would say that's one way to be safe, because right now it's still bearish, I would say. So because we can pump up here, but then, you know, next 2 weeks we put in a new low. So maybe wait a couple weeks, maybe 1 or 2 more weeks. But again, I'm not saying this coin can take off. This is definitely a coin. I know it's in the real estate market for crypto, so this coin can definitely take off. It's just that you want to look also at this level. There's gonna be a lot of resistance here, that 95 cents level, right? This is a big point of control here for property. So you make sure, you know, if you're trading this, you take profits there. Anytime. Vets. Take a look here at VeChain. Again, I think VeChain is getting ready to take off. It's still in this asymmetrical pendant, just very boring, right? Again, these coins are boring before they take off, just like Crow was. But we're getting we got bullish divergence here, like I showed you recently on the weekly, and we're just in this asymmetrical pendant, which I believe will play out to the upside because of that bullish divergence on the weekly right there. Okay, so that's why I believe this asymmetrical pendant will break out to the upside, and I would say the next target is around 0.38 to 0.43. I'll say that's the next target for VeChain, honestly. So I'm pretty bullish on VeChain. I think this is a coin that's still very undervalued, still super low, and on the monthly, extremely oversold. Right? The coins that are boring, the coins are oversold, but still, it's not like VeChain is down here in bear market territory. Right? So it's not down here like a penny and a half or something like that. So definitely not bad. Lena, thanks for coming to the live stream. How you been? Shout out to all of you guys on here. Good evening. If you had the time and I already missed it, can we check out Link, AVAX? Yeah, I checked out both of those coins. I'll just go through them fast here for you. AVAX, for all the, you know, if you've been following me here in my live streams, I've been saying AVAX is gonna start to move big soon, when it was like around 20 bucks here, and I said it's gonna go to 30 bucks soon, and it has. And for proof, you can actually check out my TikToks from like weeks ago. You'll see that AVAX is one of my top 3. And the reason why is it's a layer 1, right? It's a top layer 1, has a bullish chart, and it's very oversold. It's been very oversold on the monthly. You can see we're starting to curve up now on the monthly. So we're starting to curve up on the monthly, which is pretty big. And you know what I believe, look, what I believe here can happen for AVAX, again, this is just a prediction, is kind of like a massive inverse head and shoulder, where we have the shoulder, we have the head, where we pump up here to 30 something or whatever, then we pull back to that 25 mark and then put in that shoulder, the second shoulder. So that's a scenario that can happen on the monthly, that is. So we'll see. You think we're going to dump after rate cuts tomorrow? Look, there's a lot of scenarios that can happen tomorrow. I don't think we're going to put in a new low. But there's a scenario where I believe if we get 0.5 rate cut or something, you know, or we get like a bullish FOMC meeting with him giving bullish hints of more rate cuts to come, and we get 0.5, then I think the market's going to rally and then later pull back. If we get 0.25, then I think we can pull back for sure. Okay, so it's very dependent, situational on how it goes, right? On what his tone is as well. But I think if you just see 0.5, I think the markets will probably rally. Yeah. Especially too if he hints on possible November, December rate cuts as well. But again, look, this is a big wall here that Bitcoin needs to break here on the weekly. You see this, that 120 wall? We're not going to break it on the first attempt. I mean, we can have the scenario, like I said, the bullish scenario where we do get that 0.5 when we break it at 120, but we're gonna wick back down for sure. We're gonna wick back down. So we go to 120. We're definitely gonna wick back down and try to find out a higher low here before we confirm that breakout of this resistance. So usually we don't break it at the first attempt. Okay. So yeah, I would say so. Yeah. ADA again, super bullish coin. I've been talking bullishly about this coin since 50 cents. And you can see it's been doing amazing, right? It has one of the most bullish charts, bouncing off the 618, just like Dogecoin's been. And it's in this just massive ascending channel here, right? It really hasn't exploded yet. But I think ADA, to me, ADA is a no-brainer because it's a top layer 1, and it's still a 3x from its all-time high, and it has a really bullish chart. So yeah, Paul G, thank you for the likes. I think you'll cut 0.5 day, will be data dependent, and walk away. Agree. I hope that happens. Shout out to Crypto Cuban. I hope that happens because I think that would be very bullish. Obviously he's probably gonna say something like, oh, we're gonna look, he says it all the time, right? Like, we're gonna look at the data and determine, you know, a month or two from now, whatever. He's definitely gonna say something like that. But hopefully he does 0.5 for sure. No need to try, but did you say Chainlink looked good earlier? Yeah, I mean, I'll give you like a fast here recap here, Chainlink, but I think Chainlink under 30 bucks is a great deal long term, right? You can see it has one of the best charts out here ever since the bear market. We have that bounce here to the 618 that we bounced off here, and the real thing here is Chainlink on the monthly closing above 25 bucks. Once we close above 25 bucks here on the monthly, it's gonna be the highest closing here since 2021 for Chainlink. So we're just starting to gear up here for Chainlink, just like Cardano in a way. We haven't exploded yet, so I would say it's a great deal. Yeah. And you can also kind of see how you see the momentum on the monthly is changing. You see how we're moving up here from oversold, moving up here. That momentum is changing here for Chainlink. So Chainlink is, anytime you're gonna see Chainlink over 30 bucks, in my opinion. My portfolio has a lower amounts than a few days ago. I have Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum. Oh, okay, you mean your overall portfolio, right? Yeah, I wouldn't say we're in a downtrend. Right? I would just say that Bitcoin, other coins might be coming down slightly, while Bitcoin is moving up. HBAR opinion. HBAR is another great coin. I do have this coin in my portfolio. It's another great coin too, in which we pulled back here to that bear market resistance, and now we're pulling. I mean, it's just a great chart overall. You look at this, you put in the MAs as well. That recent pullback was a beautiful bounce here because we bounced on the 21, on the 50, and I'm looking here on the monthly. Now we go here on the weekly. You can see here on the weekly, we bounced on the 200 MA, double bottom right there, boom, boom. And now this pullback, look at this. Look at the HBAR's pullback right here. This is why I bought HBAR, because I already have a good amount of HBAR, but I bought it again on this pullback because we have resistance here on the 25, 21 MA, right? Boom. Now we're pulling back on that 21 and 25, right? Mostly on the 21. So we're pulling back to that previous top here, right? Boom, boom. So it's moving up pretty good here. In my opinion, it has a very bullish structure. When you look on the monthly, on the weekly, and honest truth, a lot of these altcoins, they're just gearing up. They're just building strength and just they're chopping out here, but they're chopping out in this uptrend. They're in this ascending channel, getting ready to break all-time highs. Could you see the ETH 5 years 25K plus? I feel ETH can be what Bitcoin is right now, price wise, 5 to 10. Yeah, I mean, my honest opinion about Ethereum is, you know, I do believe Ethereum is going to be one of the true winners, right? I think that's the high probability that it is the main face of DeFi that institutionals use, right? The institution use and everything like that, especially once it gets that ETF approved. But I agree with you. I see a 25K plus. I honestly think people are going to be living off of their staking from Ethereum, right? Whether it's staking Ethereum or whatever on Ethereum through DeFi, from how much it's going to be in the future. And I'm talking about like in the future. So I'm a big believer in Ethereum. I'm still going to take heavy profits, obviously, in certain targets here. Because again, this bull market, it's going to make you feel like we're going to go up forever, just like last bull market was, but we will pull back hard. Remember that. You know, there will be an opportunity to buy Ethereum and a lot of these altcoins at lower prices next bear market. Okay. I just think that Bitcoin, I feel like this next bear market, Bitcoin is not going to dump as hard as it's done in the previous bear markets. All right. Yeah. A lot of people talk no more bear market. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely gonna have a bear market for sure. Honestly, I think we're gonna have a .com bubble crash still for the crypto market. So, SNA, what's up, bro? How you been? That's why you guys gotta stay level-headed, take the profits. Again, I might see like a scenario where Bitcoin doesn't dump as hard. I still think Bitcoin is gonna come down. I don't see it dumping like 77% or 70, you know, something like what it's been doing the last bear markets. And you can kind of see a pattern. Each bear market, Bitcoin has been dumping slightly less, right? What are your biggest? So that's a great question by Gabs. Dad, what are my biggest buys going into the next bear market? I think we're still so early into this space that we really don't know who the true winners are. You know, if we can go into the future and see like, oh man, like Ethereum is the face of DeFi, it's 50K plus, or you know, AVAX is over this price, it's doing this, Chainlink is doing this, and we see maybe like 10 coins, 5 coins that are the true winners, then we'll just be buying those coins and just waiting out long term, right? Or maybe trading them, but buying them in the next bear market. But we can't, right? We don't know the future. So with that in mind, I'm going to be taking profits on all the coins, but I'm going to be very focused throughout this whole time going into next bear market to kind of see the clues on which altcoins are going to be the true survivors going forward, even, right? The ones that are going to be the leaders and the true survivors for this new financial system, right? Because I still believe we're so early that, as you guys see, there's so many altcoins projects out there. I still believe there's going to be a .com bubble crash that's going to wipe a lot of projects, and all that money from those projects, they're going to be flowing in to the true winners next bear market. I believe something like that can happen for sure, right? So with that in mind, again, it's situational. I don't know, right? We got to wait it out and see what happens next bear market, going out to next bear market. But I would say Ethereum for sure is one of them. XRP. Again, Solana and Cardano, I don't know. I can't tell you about those two. I really don't know. HBAR, I would say one of them. Chainlink, right? AVAX, I don't know. So, you know, it's taking it one day at a time, but for sure we gotta stay focused, because there's gonna be there's a coin that you could be holding that's gonna be like the Amazon, right, of the crypto market, or the Microsoft or Nvidia, right? And you don't really know it until years out from now. So what helps with that is being focused, is being up to date, seeing what's going on in the market, what people are buying, what companies are investing on, who's innovating, right? So yeah, AVAX hit 400. So based on my Fibonacci levels here, I would say, yeah, I would say 400 is kind of my high target here. So there's a high probability it might not go there. So my first target is like 312. My high target is around 438. So yeah, there's a chance it could go up there, but again, from 312, right, 312, 350, around anywhere here it could top out. So Eric says Solana and XRP will definitely survive. Yeah, hopefully Solana, right? I know Solana is very supported by VC, so hopefully Solana does. That could be a good sign that it does. Starting my new portfolio at 50% Bitcoin. That's a great idea. Look, if there's one thing you guys can learn from this bear market, is that you want to be buying Bitcoin, right? You want to be buying Bitcoin because as you guys saw, Bitcoin, you can, I mean, all I have to do is show Bitcoin dominance and it will just speak for itself, right? Bitcoin has just been outperforming everything. And you can see here on Bitcoin dominance, you know, the entire, since 2022 is just up only, right? Multi-year here. So that's the thing we can learn from this bear market. Bitcoin is probably the best thing to buy during the bear market times. Now we're entering a time where altcoins are going to start to, I mean, they already started to here, right? Are going to start to outperform Bitcoin. Yeah, XRP is actually my biggest holding. So for you, I say that all the time, but for, you know, the new people that are on here, actually I used to be Dogecoin, but since XRP has just been doing amazing recently, it became my biggest holding. So again, never share how much you have on, you know, online or anywhere, guys, right, for privacy reasons or anything like that. But you know, I'll say my biggest holding XRP, Dogecoin, and then the third one, honestly, I gotta see. I think it might be a tie between Ethereum and Bitcoin. I gotta see, but definitely those two for sure. Do algo? I think algo is kind of, yeah, it's bullish, but it's just kind of slowly, right, slowly moving up. But I would say algo is pretty bullish too. And you can see right here, we're getting a lot of resistance here on the 618. But we're still in this uptrend, so most likely we'll eventually come up here to like that 30 cents level, break through that, and then the next target is around 48.50 cents. So algo's looking pretty bullish, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't really checked out here the total market cap, so let's check out the total market cap because we were above 4 trillion. We're at 3.99 right now. To just show you guys here how bullish we are. I mean, look at this. This month, we will be able to close here, most likely close, get a body close, the highest body close in the crypto total market cap this month. All right, that is insane. So that's the total. Obviously, Bitcoin is holding, you know, it's really carrying here with Ethereum. Looking at the total too, you can also see the total too. It's going to have the highest body closing most likely this month. So it's everything excluding Bitcoin. What I have, like I showed you guys here in the total too. It was in this massive pendant, and we broke out. Right, we broke out of this massive pendant. And I really do believe we're in the finale. We're in the finale here. And the finale is fast. We're gonna really move up here. And we come up here to my targets. My first target is 2.46. My second target is 2.82. And then my last target at the 618 brings us to like 396 around there. Okay. So there you go. And then the total 3, I think, right? Excluding Bitcoin and ETH. So look, the total 3, ultimately, look, the total 2 is basically, it's doing what the total 1 is doing. Right? So the best way to think about it is the total 1 is the leader. Eventually everything is going to look like the total 1. Okay, so you can kind of see it's been in this massive uptrend, it's breaking out. The total 2 is following that, right? You can kind of see we're breaking out right now. The total 2 is starting to follow that. So the total 2 is following the total 1. And then the total 3, it still hasn't broken out yet, but it's about to. You can kind of see right there, right? It's still like it hasn't broken out yet, but it will, because everything is following the total 1. So yeah. But yeah, no, we are ready. Again, you hear a lot of people out there, you know, the attitude out there is that this is the most boring bull market. You know, I quit. When it's altcoin season, there's no altcoin season. It just, you know, that's really the attitude out there. But my attitude is that this has been a very bullish bull market for sure. It's just that it's more expanded in a way, right? It's like that acceleration is like that snowball effect is taking more time to accelerate in it, but it will. It's not as fast as the previous ones. So looking for 4 points. Yeah, I mean, it could be if we have a massive move after the rate cuts tomorrow. We can definitely see something like that. So can you please check hype for me? Hype. Yeah, BNB is doing pretty well. And hype as well too, Hyperliquid. I know there's a lot of hype behind hype, and you can see it in the charts. You can see right here how we're starting to break out here. So you can see most likely hype is gonna move up big here. We're like in the initial starting here, this breakout. And you can see on the weekly we are oversold, and now the momentum is switching here. So on the weekly, it shows you everything. The momentum is switching to the upside for hype. So I would say hype can definitely take off even higher. I don't think the pullback is going to be like as big, right? And most likely here on the daily too, right? You can kind of see I don't see us pulling back hard here. I see us having like slow, like a rounding off here to put in new highs. So just a very bullish chart overall. And definitely one of the coins to watch out here for this bull market. It's gonna be his first bull market. So you know, it can do something like what Sui's been doing, where Sui's just been taking off in this first bull market. Anytime, Marco, thank you. Yeah, I believe Feds will cut rates tomorrow. The real question is 0.25 or 0.50, right? That's really what we want to know. I have to agree with you, Lewis. This bull movement is and will be more spread out and more explosive. Yeah. Shout out to Greater C. Again, you know, I think this bull market is really going to basically it's gonna take out the idea of the 4-year cycle. Okay. So it's gonna go a little bit more than that 4-year cycle. And look, we might even see an event, like we might see a massive pullback in Q4, kind of like showing that the 4-year cycle is in play and that it's over. But you know, you got to watch out for that, because we can see a pullback like that and then start to move up massively and then top out Q1, Q2 2026. We could see a scenario like that for sure. But I believe, seeing how expanded it's been and seeing how you know, the market, all the charts are looking extremely bullish for explosive moves, I would say it's kind of too late for all this to happen in time for the 4-year cycle to take place. You know what I mean? Because for the Fourier cycle to take place, I believe we would have to top out in November, right? November. So it is possible, but we'd have to see a lot of stuff happen before then, right? So Pengu, Pengu. Okay, you guys want Pengu? Take a look at Pengu here. No, that's a different. That's Peng, not Pengu. I think this is Pengu. I want to see where I can find the full chart. I think that might be the full chart. Yeah, that is the full chart. All right, Pengu. Yeah, this is the Pudgy Penguins coin. Yeah, look, man, I don't hold any of this coin. I wish I would have bought here on the, you know, I wasn't keeping up with this coin. But if I was keeping up with this coin and I would have like known how big the Pudgy Penguins NFT is, and it could, you know, it's one of the few NFTs is like that 1% of NFTs that can make a comeback, then I definitely would have bought it around here. But you can see we had a beautiful recovery, and I honestly believe the value of this coin is along with the NFTs, right? The NFTs making a massive comeback and being one of, you know, that 1% that has value that comes back. This coin is going to really take off with that. And we can see right here we recovered, but as you guys always know, every time we recover, we don't break that past resistance on the first attempt. We usually have like a bull flag, which we've been having here, and it looks like we're starting to pivot, right? It's that the first beginnings here of that pivot. To kind of see, we kind of have to zoom in here, but we can kind of see how we're already starting to bring that stochastic down. Money flows been coming down too. You can look here on the daily, and yeah, I mean, you can kind of see, right? You know, we can have an event here where we have that boom, that head, right? And we come down here, we have the second shoulder. So we can kind of have an inverse head and shoulders here, to be honest. We just can't break that previous low here. So we're having that second pullback, and we can still come down here. I would still say to, you know, 0.31 level, 0.30 around here. But overall, pretty bullish. There's a big probability that this is the low here for Pengu, for sure. Yeah, it's definitely not too late. Again, you know, with Pudgy Penguins really making a massive comeback and being one of the few NFTs that come back, this coin can definitely move up big. Yeah. XVN and Dogecoin. I'm gonna try to do all the coins here before I get off live, so just hang in there. Wait, XVM, right? What is it, Vault Inu? Is this the right coin? Because I'm searching it here. It's the only coin I see, XVM. It's just giving me Vault. Let me know if this is the right coin. Yeah, let me know if this is the right coin. Thank you, brother. Much appreciated. Great to see you. Anytime, man. Anytime. Thank you. Oh, it is Vault. Okay. Yeah, I mean, so Vault, I guess it's new, right? It just got launched here. I don't know if it's new, but it's on Bitmart. It just got launched on Bitmart, you know, a couple days ago. I would say ever since the launch, it's been just coming down here. So, you know, I'll just be careful. It's kind of new here, right? You can see on the hourly, we did have this inverse head and shoulders, boom, to the upside. So we're starting, you know, we're coming out of this pivot to the upside, but you know, being a new coin, you know, I wouldn't say it hurts to buy a little bit right here, because we're getting a bullish bottoming here. So, you know, if you can build support here on this level and break above here back to 0.19 level, then we're definitely bullish here, right? Based on the 2 hour here. So Again, since it's so new, it's just a couple days old. Maybe you want to wait out 1 or 2 days here, but doesn't look too bad, right, for a new coin. So I mean, you could buy some right now, but don't go all in for sure, because it could put in a new low, especially with the market coming down, you know. Alright, thanks for coming to the live stream. I mean, my trading style, I use lower leverage and swing and long-term trading. So I use like 10x, 5x, 3x. Buckman says, how you doing, bro? Currently on the hourly chart, Bitcoin is having a small breakout, bouncing off of support with volume and growing. I'm doing great, but Buckman, yeah, I can kind of see here on the hourly. We're pulling back here to this lower here. Possibly flip that as support. So we'll see if we hold it, right? We're trying to hold it right here on the hourly, but we'll see. Anytime, Jenny. And yeah, Dogecoin. Yeah, can't forget about Dogecoin. I told you guys how bullish I was on Dogecoin. We're starting to move up. I'm still holding. I still have my long on Dogecoin. Did I share it in the group? Let me show you right here on the group. This was when Dogecoin was like 29 cents. So I'm still up on my Dogecoin, and this is like a 2-month long on Dogecoin that I'm up on. That's why I recommend trading with low leverage, but like long-term trading, like multi-month long-term trading. Gosh, this Discord is so crap. Like, I can't even move this. It's like so laggy. So I'm gonna share you right here. I just want to show. Oh my gosh, this thing is. I don't know why this is like so laggy. Look at that, 99% right here. This is my recent long right here. Well, my bad, not that one. I think it's well, that is one of them on my ETH one, my ETH long. But where's my Dogecoin one? I guess it's not here. I forgot to post it, I guess. But it was over like 100% or something like that. So, but again, Dogecoin's super bullish. We got that bounce off the 618 here on the monthly. You can also see here on the monthly, we're still extremely oversold. So, I mean, we're just getting started for Dogecoin. We're just getting started. We're extremely oversold. And I would say this is bullish, hidden bullish divergence, because you can kind of see right here, higher low, boom, but then lower low on stochastic. That's hidden bullish divergence right here. This is what I teach here in my course. Again, if you guys are interested, I really talk about my course, but when I remember to, you know, I'll mention it. But this is my cheat sheet that you'll get in my course right here. And you can kind of see hidden bullish divergence, right? When we have a higher low, which is what Dogecoin just gave out here on the monthly, boom. But then on stochastic, you got a lower low, which we just got right here on stochastic. You see that? And again, being the fact that it's on the monthly, it's going to take a while for it to really take off. But you can see that it's been taken off, right? It just hasn't exploded yet, but it's been taken off. So this hidden bullish divergence, ever since that higher low right there, it's been playing out. And again, this is what I teach here in my course. You can check it out. Should be in my link in my bio. You'll get the cheat sheet with all these things here. But I'm extremely bullish on Dogecoin. It's not my second biggest holding for no reason. I think this coin can go to 160. I would say the next level is like 40, 41 cents around here again. So, yeah. Very bullish. I'm bullish on the market, guys. I'll be back on very soon. If you're new, definitely like, follow, put the notification bell. If you want to see my videos, follow me on YouTube. I'll post videos on there for sure. And I just want to say thank you to all you guys from the bottom of my heart. You can check out all my favorite cold storage wallets to buy too, the ones I recommend in my link bio. And yeah, I'll thank you guys so much. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Oh, also forgot to mention, if you guys want to trade, my favorite platform to trade on, it's in my link bio. You can check it out. I don't talk about it here anymore because TikTok will ban me. So I can't talk about like the campaigns, the deposit rewards, and all those things. So, you know, yeah, but you guys can check it out. And if you guys want to support me. So shout out to Harrison, Gav's dad, Lena. Thank you guys so much for all the gifts. You guys are, amazing. Thank you guys so much. And again, I'm going to be keeping you guys up to date, coming live stream throughout this whole bull market. This is the time to get locked in, to get focused, to make life-changing money, to change your life, guys, right? To change your life. This is that time. So lock in. Let's get focused. And, we're going to be making a lot of money in this bull market. So love you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. And shout out to you guys on YouTube. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys very soon in the next